Hello friends, today's topic is story time about living in my car. Let's rant.
What's up, guys? It's day one of me being in Arizona. Y'all, I packed up everything I owned and I moved to Arizona with no job, no apartment, bad credit, and yeah, I just did it. Here's your story time. Here's the story time. So guys, if you have been following my YouTube channel, y'all have been with me on this journey. About a year, actually it's about to be 2 years, 2024, I ended up quitting my job where they gave me financial security, basically financial freedom really, and due to my poor decisions and me kind of getting with the wrong crowd, being a people pleaser, not listening to my intuition, and I end up quitting my job with no backup plan. Normally when I do that, gotta have like another job waiting for me. This time God was like, yeah, no, because you should have listened. I end up quitting my job, taking out all my 401k and spending it on unnecessary stuff. I don't even know what I spent it on, because while I was working, I actually spent my money well. I invested into myself, my YouTube, my business, traveling. But when I got my 401k, I think I just paid all my bills, most of my bills, actually. But I ended up doing that, and by December, I quit my job in April, and by December, I ended up having to move back home to Selma. I moved back home to Selma with my family. I hated it. Old friends, it was like they knew. These are friends that I cut off, y'all. It was like they knew when I made it home. I don't know if they knew my car or I don't know. But as soon as I made it home, they called me. Like, these are people who betrayed me, who talked about me, who had me in their group chats, who made fun of me when I was down. And I, to quote unquote, apologize just so I can hang with them and figure out, wow, we have nothing in common. Anyway, that's 7, y'all. We have nothing in common anymore. And then it went into this whole blowout thing that I don't talk to them again. So my decision to cut them off actually was right the first time. Anyways, so I stayed in Selma. Ended up, my stepmom, my sister, my brother's mom, I asked her, could I stay with her for 6 months free in Texas? I was moving so I ended up in April moving to Texas. What an amazing trip. I love Texas. And I came to Texas, and I ended up with 2 jobs. I worked at this Mediterranean place and Gas Monkey. But I was in my pride and in my ego after losing everything that I had just built. It was like a rags to riches type story. And now I'm back to rags. So after everything I built, I ended up having to work at a fast food. So I was like very depressed about it. And I ended up signing up for Wolf. Before I actually quit my job in Alabama, I had signed up for Wolf to travel and learn algae culture and work on people's farms for free. And they'll just give me room and board. And so I was like, this is kind of like the perfect time to do that on the west, in Texas, because not too many people have it in Alabama. So I was like, why not do it? And I signed up for my first one. The first person I emailed, he was like, yes. And he was in New Mexico, and he was 10 hours away from me. I signed up for it while I was in Texas. I told my jobs that I needed 2 weeks off because I had some personal issues going on, which I actually did. My auntie ended up passing away. But I ended up going there instead. So in my time there, it was amazing. I enjoyed everything I learned. It was just a nice experience. And like on my last day, like my second to last day, my boss had texted me and he was like, when you coming back? He knew when I was coming back because I told him. And I was just like, why are you asking me? Like, you already know. And then even my 2 weeks. So I just ignored it really. And just, I think I wrote some scrabble, like I was mispronouncing stuff on purpose. And so, y'all, I ended up on my last day there. I left the farm early because I was like, I am this close to the Grand Canyon. I'm 8 hours away from the Grand Canyon. If anybody knows me, They know that I've always wanted to go to the Grand Canyon. I was just like, fuck it. We this far now, fuck it. So I drove from Taos, New Mexico to the Grand Canyon. And then on my way to the Grand Canyon, y'all, I kid y'all not, I was getting something to eat and my job had let me go. And I was just like, well, damn, I don't have nothing to come back to in Texas. And if I did, it was just a restaurant job. So, like, damn. And some kept telling me, go to Phoenix, go to Phoenix, go to Phoenix. And I just like, I'm really stretching it right now because I just drove my car from Alabama to Texas. That was 10 hours. A couple of months later, now I'm trying to go. I just drove it from Texas to Taos. That was 10 hours. And then just drove it 8 hours to go to the Grand Canyon. And then you want me to drive another, I don't even know what it was. Grand Canyon is at the top of Arizona. Phoenix is at like the bottom. So I was like, you want me to drive another one? So I was like, nah, maybe I should just go back to Texas. I ain't have nothing to go back to Texas to, y'all. But I did. I don't know why, but I did. I just said, nah, I'm putting too much on this car. There's a lot going on. Nah, the safe bet is just going back to Texas. At least I have somewhere to lay my head and stuff like that. So I went back, y'all. My stepmom and my sister ended up surprising me with a puppy. Emotional support animal. 7. Y'all met her when I got her. And I ended up being out of my job for like a week. And I went up to my job and I asked them, could I get it back? Well, they asked me, so I started back working at the restaurant. And I hated it. The manager was so aggravating. They always just aggravating for real. And then he had hired some kids there, and then it was just a lot. So I ended up quitting. And for a month straight, I didn't have income. I don't know how this happened, but every time I didn't have a job while I was in Texas, my stepmama had to use my car for some reason, and she would always put my car on full. I kid y'all not, every single time. Every time I did not have it, for some reason, something would happen to her car, so she would have to use mine, and she would put it on full, so I was straight. So then after that, I ended up going to Dollar Tree. Because they did daily pay, and I was like, oh, that's cool. I can get the money easy. It's like an easy $50 a day. Crank up my car and go. Whatever, that's gas. That's a little snack, whatever. I'm cool. And then I also started working at this cigar lounge. Where, it's just kind of like a gentleman's thing. Like, I just started working there, but I only worked there like for a week and a half because the girls thought I didn't have what it took. So that happened. So I only had Dollar Tree. And that's when y'all saw me getting into the Pokemon cards and One Piece, because I'm like, if I can find just one good card, because y'all know with One Piece cards, they got like a card for $4,000 ungraded. So I'm like, I just need a little luck. I just need a little luck to get this card. So I didn't find it. And then I was like, because I was in the process of trying to file bankruptcy, I was like, I'm just going to wipe the slate clean. I'm done. I'm tired of all of this. I'm just going to wipe the slate clean. So that's what I was working towards. I already took the class. I already talked to my lawyers. All that. I just needed to pay them. And I started paying on it with what I did have. And then I started at Amazon in December for peak week. Started at Amazon. Didn't really too much save. Still trying to get rich quick type thing going on, just so I can pay for the bankruptcy. And ended up, I forgot to tell y'all, so my stepmom, she gave me, I asked her for 6 months. She ended up giving me 8. And then like around my birthday, she was like, you have until January and you got to kind of go, because she has made other plans. And so I ended up basically working at Amazon that time and trying to figure like what I'm about to do. She told me Budget Inn had some places you can do that, and they were like $5.66 a month, and they'll go down as long as you there, stuff like that. And I'm like, well, Amazon is paying me this amount every week, and if I gotta give it to y'all, it's like, and then I kind of wanted to find, I always been the person that wants to find my own place in this world. Like, I think that place was for her, that she made for her kids, and they made some great. It didn't work for me when I got there. I'm gonna have to make a part 2 to this, so stay tuned.
Hope things turn around for her. What do you think about this? Comment down below, and thank you for watching.